Sorry about that. As usual, I got interrupted because of low space, as usual. Low space. So, I was saying I don't think I'm too bad looking, but I feel like if I didn't know, right, what I look like because I'd never seen myself in the mirror or videos or pictures of myself, I would honestly think I was probably one of the ugliest people in the world. The least attractive looking person in the world because of the way people, like I say, nobody appears to be interested in me like ever. So when I do get compliments like I gave to this guy, I would be flattered and it would make my day, it would make me feel good. It would remind me that, oh, I do look good, I do dress nice, whatever. So it doesn't compute with me that this guy actually seemed to get offended by the fact that I was complimenting him and making a point that he's taken. It's like, oh, thank you. Like, I wasn't even asking him out. But if I was, he just had to say, well, no. All he had to do was be polite. Like, this costs nothing. It costs him nothing. To just say, I'm sorry. I'm taken. But thank you for asking me out. Or thank you for the compliment. He didn't even have to say he was taken because I didn't ask him out. So all he had to do was, oh, thank you very much. And that's it. If I had then asked him out, he said, I'm sorry, but I'm taken, but thanks for the offer. And everybody feels good. Everybody has a good time. That's how normal people deal with that situation. Okay? But he's not normal. He has acted like I've just bullied him somehow. He's acting like I've said something really nasty and offensive. And then we both go away feeling like crap. It's like, it's not bad enough that you're rejecting me. You also have to make it known that you are just horrible about it, But that is how normal people react. They say, thank you very much. And then they feel good about the compliment that they've just received. I often compliment people. They usually say thank you. Sometimes they say nothing. Sometimes they act bewildered. But they don't appear to really react at all. Like how you'd expect them to, like they're happy about it. But I know these days people's attitudes towards compliments are really warped and weird anyway. So apparently people do get offended by compliments these days because apparently now it's inappropriate and it's sexual harassment. Bollocks. Sexual harassment is grabbing someone's arse or their boobs. They'll say, oh, nice tits, love, or whatever, or I'd like to shag you or whatever. I'd like to get you into bed. That's sexual harassment. Saying somebody looks nice or attractive, or saying that their outfit is nice, or you're pretty, or you're beautiful, or you're handsome, that's not sexual harassment, that's a compliment. You should take it as it is. There's a difference. People are obviously not being told the difference. People just think that every nice thing someone says about someone is suddenly sexual harassment. It's a crazy world we're living in now, and I don't get it. But yeah, that was the worst reaction to a compliment I've ever gotten. The most before was just someone ignoring it and looking a bit bewildered. Really weird. But whatever. My main point is my attitude has changed. So if someone does get nasty, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm actually trying to get out of the habit, because I have gotten into the habit of complimenting people. I'm trying to get out of the habit. I think, what's the point? My intentions are to make them feel good, to make their day, to make them feel happy about the way they look. But if people don't want it, then F it. I'm not going to do it. Like, why should I make them feel good if they're not going to appreciate it? I personally like compliments and feel good if I get them. But, like I say, never mind if people don't want someone to be nice to them, then, you know, so be it. I'm not going to be then. I'm just going to pass them by and make them feel like shit, like they're invisible. Because that's how I feel. When people don't look at me and smile or compliment me, I feel invisible. I feel like no one wants me, no one likes me, I'm undesirable. And I assume other people would too, so I compliment them to make them feel good. And I'm honest too. I'm not just saying it for that reason, I mean it. It's like a bonus. That, you know, it's true. And they are now going to feel good because I've complimented them. But people's attitudes towards compliments are different. But it seems to be that they're all trying to make it universally a bad thing to compliment someone. Like, here's the latest one I have heard. And that is that women don't appreciate compliments because it implies that the guy doesn't appreciate them for their brains, just for their looks. And they don't like compliments because of that. Now, it's an attitudinal thing as well. It's like, obviously the first thing a man notices about you when he doesn't know you, when you're a damn stranger, is your looks. So obviously he's going to compliment your looks. It's not a bad thing. It's not a slight on your personality or your brains. He's not implying I don't care about your brains and personality. No one's going to go up to you and say, oh, you have a nice personality. Like, if they don't know you, like, how do they know that? And most people don't. Most of these people with those very attitudes don't have a good personality, because they're all like, oh, right, so you only care about my looks then. Like, that's not a good attitude. Rejecting compliments is not a good attitude. It's the radical feminist attitude, which is not nice, because everything you say offends them. You can't say anything, right? You have to walk on eggshells with them. It's not fun. You don't have a good personality. Women of the olden days, who were more subservient, had better personalities, because they were sweet and kind and lovely. Before all this feminist stuff, women had better attitudes. The fact that men used to be horrible to them, obviously, that's the bad thing, not the women. The women were fine. But since this whole, I want to say radical feminist, radical means actually original. So I can't really say the original feminists were bad, but the newer ones, the nouveau feminists are bad. The ones that are extreme and get offended by every little thing, and they make everything a feminist issue. Everything's sexist. It's like, do you know what I find sexist? They're the most sexist. Feminists are actually the most sexist towards women. More than men. More than non-feminists. Think about that. Because they actually frown upon women who want to do the traditional female roles, such as just be a housewife and cook and clean and wear dresses and look after their husbands. They actually judge women who want to have children. They say, why are you serving a man? We have worked hard to move on from this, and you're not helping by being this traditional woman thing. And it's like, first of all, it's their choice. As a woman, they have a choice to either be this tomboy type or a traditional housewife type. They have a choice to do this. And by judging them for it and saying you should be doing this, that's putting them down. That is disapproving. Remember what we talked about, disapproving? That's disapproving of them and making them feel bad about their decision to do that. It's not like they've been talked into it. Alright, if they've been talked into it, brainwashed into doing it, but it's not really what they want to do, like I was. I was sort of brainwashed, kind of, and guilt-tripped into being a carer for my mum. It's not really what I like doing. I don't like cooking and cleaning and doing chores. But actually, I wouldn't mind doing it if it was for my husband, which is weird. I wouldn't actually mind being a traditional woman if I was going in that direction. You know, if I hadn't sort of discovered I was trans male, which I am, I identify as male. But still, I wouldn't mind doing that. If somebody wanted that, I'd be fine with it. I'd be cool staying at home, wearing dresses if they wanted me to, and stuff. But for some reason, I know this is weird, I just don't like doing it for my mum. It feels wrong. It feels weird. And a lot of people, and this is the very reason why I was guilt-tripped into doing it, would probably think, well, it's your mum, you should do it, you should want to do it, because it's your mum and, you know, she raised you and you're supposed to love her and want to, like, help her out in her hour of need. And it's like, no, actually. It's not actually natural for an offspring to look after parents. It's a natural thing for parents to want to look after and nurture and raise offspring, but not the other way around. So naturally I have a problem with it. And I thought that it was because I was a bad person, that I was like an arsehole, an uncaring person. But no, I've been told, I have actually been brainwashed into realising that it's a natural thing for an offspring, me, to want to go off and do my own thing and not be tied down to being my mum's carer and looking after her and living with her and doing chores and stuff.